So the next loop that we are about to cover is called the for each loop. And the for each loop executes VBA statements for each object within a collection of objects. For example, we can execute lines of code for each cell within a range of cells, or for each shape that's on a worksheet, or do something for every sheet that's within a workbook. Since we have been dealing with writing code to change cells that's on a worksheet, now we are going to try to do something for every worksheet within a workbook. And one of the most common things that we do to a worksheet is to protect the sheet. Earlier in the course, we learned how to add protection within Excel, but we can do the same thing inside of VBA, but just in a lot more efficient manner. Instead of having to go through each sheet and protecting that sheet, with the use of VBA, we can protect all the sheets at once. So within our loops module, let's add a new sub and call it for each. And this time around, since we will be looping through each sheet within the workbook, we need to declare our variable as a worksheet. So we can type in dim and call it ws, which is short for worksheet, as worksheet. And now we can create the for each loop. So we need to type in for each, and we want to loop through all the worksheets inside of this workbook. So for each worksheet in the worksheets object, we want to protect each worksheet. So we can type in ws.protect, and if you want to, you can either leave it as that or add a password. So let's type in password colon equals open quotes and then type in any password. I'm just going to type in 1234 and then close quotes. And to close this for each loop, we need to put next worksheet. And that's it. So for each worksheet inside the worksheets object, protect the worksheet with this password. So if we run this sub, and if we try to change a cell within any worksheet, we get a pop-up message saying that this cell is on a protected worksheet. And if we go to a different worksheet, we get the same message because it protected all the worksheets inside of this workbook. And if you wanted to unprotect all the worksheets, instead of worksheet.protect, we can type in worksheet.unprotect. And if we run this sub, now we are able to go back into any worksheet and we can start to type in any cell that's on the worksheet. And you can use this for each loop not just for worksheets, but for any collection of objects that you want to loop through.